Ever wondered how the Kingdom of Tonga came to be? Buckle up as we take a thrilling journey into the past. Tonga has a rich history that dates back to around 1500 BC, when its first settlers, the Lapita people, made this archipelago their home. These skilled navigators and pottery makers laid the foundation of a culture that would flourish over centuries. Fast forward to the 10th century, the Tui Tonga Empire emerges, ruling not just Tonga, but also parts of Samoa, Fiji and Niue, marking a golden era of political and cultural influence. Then, in the late 15th century, European explorers set foot on Tongan shores, bringing with them a new wave of change. This rich tapestry of history has shaped Tonga into the vibrant kingdom we know today, a place where ancient customs and traditions still hold a prominent place in everyday life. And that was a quick dive into the early history of Tonga. But there's so much more to explore. What happens when a Pacific island gets introduced to Christianity? A cultural transformation unfolds. In the 19th century, Tonga experienced such a transformation. Christian missionaries, primarily from Britain, arrived on the islands, bringing with them a new faith that would permeate Tongan society. This was not a smooth process, though. Initial resistance was strong, but over time, the teachings of Christianity began to resonate with the islanders. The influence of the new religion extended beyond spiritual beliefs. It impacted social structures, cultural practices, and even the very fabric of Tongan identity. The monarchy embraced Christianity, further solidifying its place within the community. Tongan society began to fuse Christian values with traditional Tongan beliefs, creating a unique cultural blend that remains to this day. Christianity brought changes, yes, but it also fostered a new form of unity among the Tongan people. Thus, the introduction of Christianity marked a significant turning point in Tongan history. How did Tonga manage to remain independent when many Pacific islands were being colonized? The answer lies in its strategic transformation. In the mid-19th century, amidst the scramble for Pacific territories, Tonga charted a different path. The charismatic and visionary leader, King George Tupu Tryst, played a pivotal role in this. His first step was unifying the diverse islands under his rule, a feat he achieved by 1852. But he didn't stop there. Recognizing the power of political institutions, he established a constitutional monarchy in 1875, drawing upon Western models while still respecting Tongan customs. This new structure and the king's diplomatic finesse allowed Tonga to interact with colonial powers from a position of strength. Britain, Germany and the United States all acknowledged Tonga's sovereignty in treaties, a testament to King George Tupu Tryst's strategic leadership. And so, Tonga emerged as a modern kingdom, carving out its unique path in the Pacific. Fast forward to the 20th century, Tonga saw significant changes in its political and social landscape. The 20th century in Tonga was marked by the reign of Queen Salote Tupu III, one of the most influential figures in Tongan history. Ascending the throne in the early 1900s at the tender age of 18, Queen Salote ruled for nearly half a century, guiding Tonga through the turbulence of 2 world wars and global economic shifts. Her reign was marked by her commitment to Tongan culture and tradition, even as she navigated the influences of the Western world. Under her rule, Tonga saw significant social and economic development. She introduced modern education and health systems, paving the way for a more educated and healthy population. Her efforts to preserve Tongan culture and tradition were equally significant, as she sought to balance the pressures of modernization with respect for the nation's heritage. Following Queen Salote's death in the mid-1960s, her son, King Taufa Ahau Tupu IV, took the throne. His reign was marked by efforts to further modernize the country, with a particular focus on infrastructure development and economic growth. However, his rule also saw rising tensions between the monarchy and the people, leading to calls for democratic reform. In the late 20th century, Tonga began its transition to a more democratic political system. This was not without challenges, as the country grappled with defining the role of the monarchy in a modern democracy. Despite these difficulties, the transition marked a significant milestone in Tonga's political history, setting the stage for a more inclusive and representative government. The 20th century was also marked by Tonga's increasing engagement with the global community. The country joined the United Nations in the mid-1990s, marking its commitment to international cooperation and diplomacy. The 20th century was indeed a roller coaster ride for Tonga, setting the stage for its future. What does modern-day Tonga look like? Let's explore its cultural richness and contemporary challenges. Today, Tonga is a vibrant, independent Polynesian kingdom that is ruled by a modern monarchy. King Tupu VI, who ascended the throne in 2012, represents the continuity of an unbroken royal lineage that stretches back over 1,000 years. Yet, despite this continuity, the kingdom has embraced the winds of change, transitioning from an absolute to a constitutional monarchy in 2010. Culturally, Tonga is a treasure trove. Traditional practices such as the kava ceremonies, Tauranga dance and ngatu making remain integral parts of everyday life, reflecting the Tongan people's deep reverence for their heritage. These traditions are not just symbols of the past, but living, breathing aspects of the present, shaping the island nation's identity in the face of a rapidly changing world. Economically, Tonga's mainstay is agriculture, with the majority of the population engaged in subsistence farming, yet the tourism sector has been growing steadily, attracting visitors with its pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and of course, its rich cultural heritage. The kingdom has also made significant strides in renewable energy, with solar and wind power projects helping to reduce its dependency on imported fuel. But Tonga is not without its challenges. As a low-lying island nation, it is on the front lines of climate change. Rising sea levels, increased cyclone intensity, and changing rainfall patterns pose significant threats to the kingdom's people, economy, and way of life. Tonga's government and its people are responding to these challenges with resilience and innovation, investing in climate adaptation measures and advocating for stronger global action against climate change. In the realm of international relations, Tonga maintains a policy of friendship towards all and malice towards none. It has established diplomatic relations with over 100 countries and participates actively in international organizations such as the United Nations and the Pacific Islands Forum. And so, Tonga continues to navigate the challenges of the 21st century while cherishing its rich cultural heritage. We've journeyed through Tonga's fascinating history, but what are the key points to remember? Our voyage began with Tonga's early history, where we discovered a unique cultural heritage, marked by traditional practices such as kava ceremonies and ngatu making. We then navigated towards the introduction of Christianity, a turning point that deeply influenced Tongan society and its chiefly system. Our journey continued into the era when Tonga transformed into a modern kingdom, retaining its independence despite European colonization. This resilience echoed throughout the 20th century as Tonga navigated through changes and challenges, preserving its cultural traditions in a rapidly changing world. In contemporary Tonga, we found a vibrant society that blends tradition and modernity. Today, the island nation is a hub for adventure sports, traditional crafts, and boasts as one of the best destinations for whale watching. And that's a wrap on our journey through Tonga's history. Remember, the past is not just history, it's a stepping stone into the future.